And ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to Crusader Sports Network. My name is Caden Warner, here along with Colton Hides and Tyler Adams. We are back in Mulvane, Kansas, where your Buehler High School girls varsity soccer team are again taking on the Mulvane Wildcats, but this time the stakes are a little bit higher in the game. We are here at the Acacia 4A State quarterfinals. Of course, if the Lady Crusaders win this, then they'll move on to the semifinals on Friday. We don't know who exactly their opponent will be yet, but we're guessing it's either going to be McPherson or Circle. But anyway, as I said before, we are here live, Mulvane, Kansas, nice 74 degrees. Of course, as you know, or even if you didn't, if you're wondering why we're live so soon instead of 6 o'clock, that is because the game was moved up due to possible weather concerns, as Hallie Eddy just barely misses the pass there from Hutton to possibly get a goal on the board here early on for the Lady Crusaders. As I was saying, there's a strong chance for weather here tonight, that being the reason for the game being moved up. And of course, last time, as many of you know, we were here in Mulvane. Lady Crusaders would suffer a tough 5-4 defeat in overtime. All 4 goals from the Lady Crusaders would be coming in the second half, going into halftime, or excuse me, overtime, 4-4. And with the 5-minute overtime, the Mulvane Wildcats would score right out of the gate and send us home. Of course, Lady Crusaders are going to look to rectify that loss here tonight. And Hutton going down on that play as well as a Wildcat. And that one's going to go right to Furno, as she'll punt this one back down the field, going way high in the air. And Hutton continuing her drive. And nearly a goal there from Eddy. And this one's going to go out of bounds on the Mulvane Wildcats. And ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to ask, if you haven't already, or if you care to, last Saturday, Crusader Sports Network was live with Buehler High School graduation. If you haven't already seen that, or even if you have and you want to go watch it again, almost a goal there. If you'd like to go watch it again, we invite you to gladly do so. Of course, give it a like and subscribe if you haven't if you haven't already, as Adcock almost goes down on that one.
Throw them away.
No, they're just right there. Probably need too messy.
And now Hutton will be taking the penalty kick for the Lady Crusaders. And now the Wildcats looking to make a drive. Great work from Utsi. Going to stop that forward momentum. Looks like there will be a penalty on the play, though. Thank you to our Senior here, Maya Clark. She will provide me with the offsides call. Thank you to her for that. Maya Clark, of course, senior this year at Bueller High School. She graduated on Saturday. We wish the best of luck to her and all of her future endeavors. We will miss her at Bueller High School. Miss sharing a press box with her. Provided us some great memories. As Eddie looks to make a drive. Passing the ball up to Hutton. Can Hutton get to this one? She will barely keep it in bounds as she'll go down on the play. And looks like they will call that out on Mulvane. As Hutton, Bueller's resident corner kick taker, gears up to take the kick. And sending this one up. Looks like she was looking for Madison, going over Madison's head. Bit of miscommunication there. And Eddie will keep this one in. Of course, Eddie and Madison and Hutton, of course, all seniors as well, graduating this last Saturday. Adcock goes down on that one. Looks like they'll call that. And Hutton going to come again, take the penalty kick for Bueller. And Hutton, I know that she'll be heading off to Fort Hays State University to play soccer. I'm not quite sure about the rest of the seniors' plans this year, what they're doing, but I know for sure she's going to Fort Hays.
Anna's going to HCC.
And
Soccer.
Emily Madison will be going to HCC for soccer, again, thanks to Mike Clark.
Hallie's playing in Nebraska, a community college in Nebraska.
And Hallie Eddy will be heading up north to Nebraska, land of the Cornhuskers. Not quite sure if that's where she'll be playing at.
Yes.
But I know she will be going up to Nebraska. We wish her the best of luck there, and best of luck to Hutton at Fort Hays, and best of luck to Madison at HCC as that one goes out of bounds on Mulvane.
Jesse's playing somewhere. Jesse's playing.
And as well as Jessie Furno, another senior, goalkeeper. She looks like she'll be going to Pratt. Ladies and gentlemen, last time I was here, we are seeing, in fact, much of the same game, it seems like, as it starts off with a very competitive match between the two teams. Some great back and forth as the ball gets thrown in here. And Adcock's going to look to keep that one in bounds. That one's going to go off of Mulvane, as Mallory Haynen will look to come take the throw in for Bueller. Passing this one over to Lackey.
Oh, yeah, Hallie.
And Eddie keeping that one alive for the Lady Crusaders as Tegan Nielsen looks to take this one. And Nielsen going down on that one, as well as a Wildcat. And it looks like they will call that one out on Nielsen as another goal kick looks to come in here from the Mulvane Wildcats. Looks like that one's going to go out of bounds on Bueller as the throw-in comes here from the Mulvane Wildcats. Hutton's just barely going to miss the kick there, as Lackey looks to take control of this one. Driving it up the field, passing it up to Hutton. Hutton going down on that one. Possibly tweaking her knee a little bit there. Wildcats looking to make a drive. Looks like teamwork between Ogburn, Hain, and Inferno going to result in another save here tonight. Great work from all of them, keeping the ball out of the goal. Now looks like the corner kick will be coming from Mulvane. And we do apologize about the angle, as the windows here at the press box in Mulvane are a little more vertically based rather than horizontally, and there's several bars in the way. We do apologize about that. As a 50-yard boot comes in from Jesse Furno, and Hutton looks to drive with it. Great work from some Wildcat defenders to halt the momentum there, get it back down the field. Going off the shoulder of a Wildcat. As Madison looks to drive with this one. He's looking for the pass up to Hallietti. And Ogburn sending this one back down. Looks like that one's going to go out of bounds on the Wildcats. Ooh, a great save there. Tough collision there between UC and Wildcats. And tonight here we are seeing the Lady Crusaders play a much more physical and aggressive game than we've seen them play here in recent weeks. Last week against TMP we saw them a little bit more physical, but tonight it looks like they're really getting into it. As Madison looks to keep driving. And the footwork from Madison, keeping the ball moving forward, as well as teamwork from Lackey. And ladies and gentlemen, we do apologize for this, but we are going to need to make a quick battery change. We're back live here. Do apologize for that. The ball would go out of bounds in the meantime, as you see here as Hutton gears up to take the corner kick.
Number 7.
As well as
Number 31.
Ava Wall and Camry Coker coming into the game. Great catch there from Mulvane goalkeeper. Tough hit there on Hain, and she'll go down on that one. Looks like they will call the penalty. And it does look like Utsi will be gearing up to take this one. Excuse me, looks like Ogburn will take this. Sending it up the field to Olivia Frederick, passing it back to Ashlyn Adcock. Looks like they'll call that one out on Mulvane. And Hanen passing this one into Hutton. Hutton sending it back, and Mulvane keeping it inbounds just barely. Looks like they will call that out in Mulvane. And ladies and gentlemen, last time we were here as well, tensions were a little heated between referees and Bueller parents. We'll see here tonight if, bless you, Colton. We'll see here tonight if the Bueller parents agree anymore with the referee's calls. As Marin Lackey comes back into the game, as well as Tegan Nielsen and Kaylee Parker. And Hutton with the throw-in. Wildcat defender getting in the way, just in the nick of time. Looks like there will be a call on that one. Looks like they'll call that one on Bueller.
What was he asking?
Ask if I can meet with him because he saw my ASVAB scores.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did you do good with it?
Yeah.
And Nielsen.
Average.
As Coker looks to take this one.
Average is 50. I got a 69.
Now Frederick. Ava Wallen passing this one up to Coker. Not quite able to keep this one in bounds as it will go out of bounds here on the Lady Crusaders, resulting in another Mulvane Wildcat goal kick. Now as we near the 20-minute mark here in the first half, already a fourth of the game played through almost. As the goal kick gets sent out of bounds. The result now in a throw in from Paige McDowell. And that one's going airborne all the way to the other side of the field. As Lackey will look to recover this one, and she will. Passing it up to Ava Waln. To Nielsen, back to Waln. Awkward kick there, not quite able to get all of it, but possibly working out for the best.
Go.
Miscommunication there between passes, gonna prevent a Bueller Lady Crusader goal.
Oh.
And they will call the trick there on Mulvane. And words being said between referee and Mulvane. Like possibly wild card being drawn, or not wild card, excuse me, yellow card.
And they
And almost a Wildcat goal there. I think Ferna was a little nervous about that one as she dived to get in the way. And a little bit of news here. During halftime, we will have another live interview this week, this time with senior Maya Clark, soccer manager. Last week we had it with Cooper Taylor, talking about soccer next season for the men's team. As Ogburn boots this one back down the field. And Hutton looking to drive through with this one.
Go, 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 go.
And goalie getting it to it just in time. As that one goes airborne to Adcock. Bit of an awkward kick there from the Wildcats. As Lackey sends it back down the field, giving this one to Camry Coker. Coker going down on that one. Penalty being called. And Furno going to send that one out of bounds to avoid the goal. As the throw-in comes here from Mulvane. And that one's going to go through the uprights, and it's good! Not quite a goal. No points being allowed for that one, but it would go through the uprights. As Hallie comes in for Alex Hutton. Excuse me, that's going to be for Camry Coker. As Madison looks to keep this one alive, passing it up to Hutton. And Hutton passing it over was looking for Eddie, but the goalkeeper going to get in the way just in the nick of time.
Oh my god.
Looks like McDowell will go down on that one. As Lackey sends this one forward. Right to a Wildcat defender, though. And Haynen's going to race to keep this one in bounds, and she will. Passing it up, looking for Eddie, and she'll get to her on that one. Eddie not quite able to keep control over the ball, as it will come back down the field. Looks like they'll let Furno take care of this one.
Oh, that one Jesse's dad.
Is that weird?
And Adcock looks to keep this one alive. Passing it up to Eddie, Eddie not quite able to get to it in time.
Other substitutions: number 7, Ava Wallen; number 14, Olivia Frederick.
Now the ball back in play. Madison looking to come away with this one, and she will not.
Oh my god.
And McDowell again going down there.
Maybe Paige should just throw a punch.
Clean substitution: Casey Dillon.
And that's going to be a Mulvane Wildcat goal.
Left in the first half. Mulvane Wildcat goal by number 2, Carly Canega.
Now looks like Abby Utzi and Micaiah Steiner back on the field here for the Lady Crusaders, coming in for Paige McDowell and Kaylee Parker. As Madison will take this one. Eddie racing to keep it in bounds will be unable to do so. As the throw-in now comes from Mulvane. that will go out of bounds off of Hainan. And another throw-in coming from Hainan. Passing this one up to Eddie. This one going out of bounds off of Mulvane as Ava Walm will take the throw-in. And a penalty being called here on Mulvane as Walm will go down on the play. And Hainan sending this one out wide to Hutton. Hutton not quite able to get to it in time as it will go out of bounds. Now as Camry Coker is back on the field for the Lady Crusaders, coming in for Ashlyn Adcock.
Fielder substitution, number 31, Camry Coker. Back on the field for the Wildcats, Anthony Kuhn.
And Ogburn sending this one up to Hutton. That one going out of bounds on Mulvane. And they're going to let Hainan handle this one. Going off the leg of a Mulvane Wildcats, Hainan will take the throw in, passing it up to Eddie. Almost a handball there. No call on the play. Now as Marin Lackey will come onto the field for Emily Madison. As we are now almost 30 minutes into this one, about 10 minutes left to go.
Substitution, number 11, Marin Lackey.
And Hainan to Hutton. As UT race to keep that one in bounds. Looks like that will go off the foot or possibly shoulder, upper body part maybe of Mulvane Wildcats. The throw-in came back from UT, passing it into Lackey, and now up to Camry Coker. And that one's going to go out of bounds now as the throw-in will come from Mulvane. And Steinert sending this one up the field. Eddie gonna miss that one, but Lackey will come away with it. As Hutton looks to drive through the defenders. Looking for Eddie. Come on. And that will be a goal from senior Hallie Eddie. The Lady Crusaders' first of the night.
That made Hallie feel good.
That brought the team up.
She's been very frustrated recently.
She even scored yet this season.
And a goal there coming from senior Hallie Eddy. That's either her second or third of the season, of course, because most of the season she's been out with not out with recovering from a knee injury. Now your score tied at 1-1 as we near halftime. Speaking of halftime, if you missed the announcement near the beginning of the game, if you'll stay tuned, immediately following the first half of action, we will have a live interview with senior soccer manager Maya Clark. As we are currently sharing the press box with her, and we thank her for all of her news updates and penalties that I wasn't quite able to catch as she provided us with those. As Frederick looked to make a drive, right through the legs of Madison, sending it down the field. The Wildcats going to look to answer back with a goal of their own on this one. And that one's going to go out of bounds, resulting now in a goal kick from Jesse Furno.
Good substitutions, number 3, Paige McDowell, number 24, Tegan Nielsen.
And now Tegan Nielsen and Paige McDowell back into the game for the Lady Crusaders here tonight.
I'm so glad today was my last day with Von Traeger.
And Hutton going to go down on that one. No call there. Lackey taking the kick. Not enough on it to get past the goalkeeper. As Nielsen and McDowell both missed that one. As we are now down to about 5 minutes left here in the first half. As Utsi will keep this one in bounds. Right around the Wildcat, keeping the ball alive for the Lady Crusaders. And sending this one forward to Tegan Nielsen. And Nielsen and Madison, neither one quite able to keep this one alive as Madison will go down on that one. Lackey going down as well. Looks like they will call this one. Going to be on Mulvane. And Eddie and a Wildcat both sending the ball out of bounds at the same time. Not out of bounds, but back out of bounds as neither one realized the other one had a ball. As the penalty kick here will be taken from senior Carly Ogburn. And this one going down the field. And Eddie was looking to keep that one alive for Lady Crusaders. Not quite going to happen. McDowell sending it forward, though.
Pretty gently with a defensive play.
And this one going to go out of bounds. Looks like they will call it on Mulvane. As Hayden, Parker, and looks like Ashlyn Adcock will be back into the game here for Lady Crusaders, coming in for Ogburn, Steiner, and Lackey.
The other substitutions, number 5, Ashlyn Adcock, number 17, Haley Parker, number 22, Abby Yutzi. And for the Wildcats,
And now Yutzi will take the throw in.
Grace Melanchuk.
And great kick from Nielsen, sending it over her head and back down the field. And that one's going to go out of bounds as well on Mulvane. And Hutton, almost a goal, going just in between the bottom of the uprights and the top of the soccer goal. And goal kick. And Madison able to stay standing on that one. Some fancy footwork, keeping it alive, passing it over to Coker. Now as Mulvane punts the ball back down the field. Adcock almost getting a hold of it, not quite going to get to it though, as Heyman will take this one. And Eddie coming away with it. So we are down now to 1.5 minutes left here in the first half. And Adcock keeping it alive. Driving through the midfielders now. Looking to do the same with the defense as that one will go out of bounds, calling that one out on Bueller.
Oh my god.
And Adcock going to go down that one, no call. As Nielsen looks to take this one. We are now down to about 30 seconds left. If you hear that low rumble, that's due to the fact that here at the press box there's a train track right behind us. Seems like kind of a Newton thing to have, as they're the railers, but looks like the Wildcats will take the trains. And Madison going down there. Looks like they will call that one on Mulvane. And with about less than 10 seconds, we do invite you to stay tuned here into halftime, as we will have a live interview with senior Maya Clark, as that wraps up the first half of the action and takes us into halftime. All right, everyone, and we are here live with senior soccer manager Maya Clark. Maya, how are we tonight?
Great.
We're great. All right. So I guess my first question for you here tonight would be, Obviously, you graduated last Saturday. What are you going to miss the most about high school and about soccer and everything like that?
Honestly, I'm gonna miss my friends a lot. I made awesome friends here at Bueller. Coming my sophomore year from Trinity, everybody was just super inviting and inclusive to me right away. So I made really, really good friends that I hope to have after I graduate for a really long time. But as for soccer, the naps at practice.
The naps at practice. Of course, you're going to miss us at CSN, right?
Absolutely.
Obviously. I mean, we've shared a press box at almost every game we've been at.
Yes.
So another question I have for you is, what are some of the activities and other things like that you've done with your time at Bueller?
I was in Bueller Singers my junior and senior years, and I did the musical both of those years as well, and I played volleyball, and I cheered.
Awesome. Did you have fun with all that stuff? What was your favorite?
Cheer.
Cheer was your favorite?
Yeah.
All right. Did you get to take any naps on those with the bus rides or anything like that?
No, we got so hyped on bus rides. We'd be dancing in the aisles of the bus.
Ah, gotcha. Did the bus driver get mad at you for that one?
It was our coaches, so no.
Oh, okay. As I say, I know some bus drivers don't really like you walking around, but
Nope.
Stuff like that.
Sorry about the audio glitch there. We had some technical difficulties, excuse me. Maya, what are your plans for college and further education?
So I'm going to the University of Colorado in Boulder. So I've been wanting to do that for as long as I can remember. So actually being accepted into the honors college was honestly a dream come true. So I'll be studying integrative physiology as my major, so hopefully...
What is integrative physiology? It sounds like a lot of confusing stuff.
It's kind of like kinesiology. It's just kind of like how the body works.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
it's just a major to get out classes that I'll need to get into PA school if I go down that road.
All right, what is PA school?
Physician's assistant.
Physician's assistant, all right.
Yep.
So what was your favorite class to take at Bueller while you were here?
Oh gosh. Honestly, I loved Spanish because I loved Mr. Babcock. He's probably one of my favorite teachers. Mr. Sides was one of my favorite teachers with geometry my sophomore year.
All right, well, I guess my final question for you would be, do you have any advice for any incoming freshmen or even anyone junior, sophomore, anyone like that, just coming into high school or anything
honestly, just take it all in because it goes by so fast. So once it actually is time to go, it's really, really sad.
I can agree with that. I'm not even a senior yet, but I'm getting the vibes of, things coming to an end in your high school career, but don't want to get sad on stream and start crying or anything like that. So, Maya, we thank you for your time here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying tuned to listen to her interview here on Crusader Sports Network at the 4A Acacia State quarterfinals match between Bueller and Mulvane. That takes us to the end of our halftime show. We thank you for joining, and we will see you at the second half. And we are back here on Crusader Sports Network. Again, if you missed it at the beginning, my name is Caden Warner, along with Tyler Adams this half on camera, and Colton Hines back here in the back. He ran camera for us in the first half. Hutton missing the kick there, sending it forward to Tegan Nielsen. As Nielsen looks to take a kick, not quite going to get it in the goal though.
You can't keep it clean. Yes, you can.
Now the ball back down the field. And Lackey coming away with it. And of course, if you missed it during halftime, we did an interview live here on Crusader Sports Network with senior soccer manager Maya Clark. Of course, asking her about her future plans in college and things like that, as well as advice she has for anyone in high school right now, coming into high school, or even about to exit high school for juniors like myself, Tyler, and Colton. It was a great interview. If you'd like to go listen to it, go back about probably 5 minutes or so. And of course, we will be having another interview here tonight after the game. This time going to be with a bit of a self-interview with myself, Colton, and Tyler, just talking about CSN, as this will be our last stream of the year, unfortunately. As due to CASHA rules, we are not allowed to stream state semifinals or the state tournament itself. When I say state tournament, I meant the big dance, the state game, the championship game, if you will. And another train rolling by as the Wildcats look to make another goal. And of course, Lady Crusaders going to look to continue their drive. Apologize again for the audio difficulties there, but Lady Crusaders going to look to continue their state drive here. And the semifinals and the big game itself, the championship game, going to be played at Stryker Sports Complex on Greenwich Road. That's in Wichita, Kansas. We'll not be able to have coverage of Friday night's game, the semifinals, if the Lady Crusaders get there, but I myself personally, maybe Tyler as Colton as well, if they want to join me, I'll be in attendance of the game on Saturday. As Ferno with another great save there tonight.
I'll be there.
We'll be there providing coverage on our Instagram story and making Instagram posts about score updates and such as things like that. Won't be able to stream it, but we can provide as many updates as possible. And almost another Crusader goal there. Gonna miss just by a narrow margin. Now as another goal kick comes in here from the Mulvane Wildcats. Goalkeeper Riley Schiffelbein having herself a pretty good game, only allowing one so far. As well as making several great saves. Can say the same for Ferno, several great saves, also only allowing one. And Lackey going to try and get in the way of that one, not quite able to keep control on the ball. And no call there as a Wildcat will go down on the play. Now as Adcock looks to make a drive. Now as we are a little over 6 minutes removed from this half, Hutton looks to make a drive with it, possibly get herself on the board here tonight. Big kick there going over all the rest of her forwards' heads and not enough power on it to get past the goalkeeper. Will result in another Wildcat punt down the field. As that will go out of bounds off of Lackey, not quite able to keep control over it. Now looks like Cameron Coker back in the game here for Tegan Nielsen. And Furno making another great save there, rolling it down the field. Sending this one up to Madison. And up to Hutton. And Coker staying on her feet there, calling that one on Mulvane. Mulvane parents very unhappy with the call. And looks like Lackey will possibly be taking the kick here for Bueller. And Lackey sending this one up the field to Madison. And Madison gonna go down on that one. No call though. Woo. Bit of a fake out there from the Wildcats. Had Madison airborne. As Hainan comes away with this one. Of course, in these last few games, Hainan has played way more forward than she's used to the entire season. And Eddie missing the ball there possibly could have resulted in another Lady Crusader goal. As they'll yeet this one down the field. Apologize again there for the audio glitch and technical difficulty we had there. As Madison is back in control of the ball, looking to dribble through, passing this one up to Eddie. Eddie to Hutton. And that one coming way back down the field. Hayden getting control of it though. As Hutton looks to make a drive. And great catch there from goalie Schiffelbein from Mulvane. As they were just able to shut Hutton down on that one, as well as they have been the entire night almost. And Frederick pushing that one through.
You can have the last 20 minutes.
And there was nearly a Lady Crusader goal back there as this one goes out of bounds. Looks like they will call this out of bounds on Mulvane as Paige McDowell looks to take the throw in here for Bueller. And passes this one into Frederick. Lackey sending this one forward, was looking for Coker on that one, not quite going to get it to her though. And Mulvane parents looking for a penalty call there as they will not get one. And that one's going to go out of bounds on Bueller. The throw-in will come here from the Mulvane Wildcats. Passing this one in. Awkward kick, sending it right back out of bounds. Now going to result in the goal kick for Bueller. And now with the ball back in play, Nielsen looking to come away with possession on this one. As Adcock looks to drive forward with it. Passing midfield now. And the Wildcats sending it right back across. And it looks like that one will go out on Mulvane as McDowell will take the throw in again here. Passing this one into Coker. Into again, Wildcat parents looking for a penalty call there, not getting one. And looks like that one will just barely go off the foot of Lackey. And now Hutton up to Nielsen. And Nielsen gonna go down on that one. Hutton as well. Hutton a little too much power on it, sending it out of bounds. What a great drive though from the Lady Crusaders. Almost a goal. Schiffelbein gonna go down on that one though and use her whole body to block that one, which would trip up Nielsen, and Hutton wouldn't quite get the best angle on that kick as she would go down as well. Now as we result for a goal kick from the Mulvane Wildcats. As we are about 20 minutes into this one. And McDowell sending this one up to Madison. Madison there again, not afraid to use her head as a weapon. Up to Hutton. Hutton just left of the goal there. Not quite going to get it as she will go down on this one. And she is staying down. I don't believe it was quite out of injury though. I believe it was out of a little bit of anger at oneself, not quite being able to get your kicks in, but we all have our days. As the goal kick now comes in, right to Madison. Madison keeping it in the air. Lackey inadvertently passing it back to Madison. As Madison sends this one up to Eddie. Eddie not quite able to get to it in time. As UT will send this one back to fellow defender Carly Ogburn. Now substitution coming in for Mulvane. Looks like there will be a call on that one. Bit of an early start there. As the throw-in will now officially be taken. And Adcock with this one. Passing it over to Yutzi. If someone doesn't score a goal soon, we will be looking at shades of Bueller's previous trip out here to Wildcat Country of going into overtime. Now as we are in the middle of the second half, Bueller and Mulvane 4A Acacia State quarterfinals match. Looks like we're in a bit of a stalemate as neither team is able to get the ball into either one's goal. Just constant back and forth battle. And that one going to go out of bounds off of the Wildcats. And no one there to catch the pass from Lackey. Or should I say receive? You can't really catch in soccer. That'll result in a penalty. As it will go out of bounds on the Lady Crusaders here tonight. Now as Ava Wallen and Olivia Frederick here come into the game for Marin Lackey and Ashlyn Adcock. Another false start there from Mulvane.
Mulvane number 27.
And Nielsen applying pressure from behind. Going off of Frederick there. And Mallory Hannon now back in the game for the Lady Crusaders. And now the Wildcats look to make a promising drive. And great work from Hannon to block that one with her body, sending it out of bounds on the Crusaders. And Lackey sending this one up the field to Tegan Nielsen. Eddie sending this one up to Coker. Coker not quite able to get to it in time, but Frederick possibly will be. And out of bounds off of a Wildcat there. Now with about 15 minutes left to go here in the second half. If you missed our announcement at the beginning of the game, or not quite the beginning, but during the first half of play, this will be the Crusader Sports Network last stream of the year. Looks like they're going to call a high kick on that one on Coker. As I was saying, this will be CSN's unfortunate last stream of the year, as we are unable to stream the semifinals match of state if Lady Crusaders get to that, nor will we be able to stream the state match or state championship match, excuse me, if we make to that either. So we do invite you to go watch them, of course, that being at Stryker Sports Complex, Greenwich Road, Wichita, Kansas. We thank you for joining us here tonight on our last stream of the 2020-21 school year. Had a blast streaming with you all. As a goal nearly from Tegan Nielsen. Schiffelbein getting to it just in time. And of course, after the game, a bit of a final last hurrah post-game show here tonight. A bit of a self-interview between the Crusader Sports Network members of Tyler Adams, Caden Warner, and Colton Hines here. Just reviewing the year overall, talking about some stuff, and excuse me. We do invite you to stay tuned for that, as that one's going to go out of bounds. I'm going out on Mulvane. Now as Emily Madison comes back into the game here for Ava Wallen. And Lady Crusaders here tonight, looks like they're playing another 3-3-4 setup. 3 forwards, 3 mids, and 3 defenders. Another train rolls by. And Frederick's going to go down on that one. Steiner missing it, but Yutzi She has her back, sending this one up the field and back down. Hashtag return to sender. Now as Ashlyn Adcock comes back into the game, this time for Frederick. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining. And what a back and forth match this has been. Of course, the only goals coming in the first half from Wildcats and of course from Hallie Eddy. Equals up to your 1-1 score that you see here on the screen. And Ferno with a great save there, keeping your score tied at 1-1. And I have a feeling that we are going to be going into overtime here tonight. Knock on wood that we don't. Lady Crusaders can power through and score one here before the game is over. And Hanen keeping that one in bounds. Sending this one up the field to Eddy. Eddy not quite getting to it. And Coker going out of bounds, as well as Coker going down on the play. No call though. Ball back in now to Lackey. Lackey, not enough power there. Great aim.
I said,
And now, Emily Madison gearing up to come back into the game for the Lady Crusaders. As we are now below the 10-minute mark. Lady Crusaders tied at 1-1 with the Mulvane Wildcats. Both teams very dominant here. Just an absolute back and forth, competitive, and physically aggressive battle. Now as Alex Hutton and Emily Madison come back into the game here for the Lady Crusaders. Coming in for Cameron Coker, as well as Marin Lackey. Excuse me, that's going to be Ava Wong coming into the game, not Madison. My apologies.
Damn, already in.
And Madison coming away with this one, sending it up to Nielsen. And Wildcats going to send this one out, stop any momentum. As UT will take the throw in. And again going out on Mulvane. And the throw in now for Mulvane. Madison sending it up. Nielsen keeping it in. Eddy not quite able to keep a hold of it, but Madison sending it up the field. As we are now officially under 8 minutes to go. Over 32 minutes have passed by here. And Hutton not quite able to keep on that one. Being stolen away. And Furno gonna let Crusader goal kick. Spectators and fans from both sides calling for a rally from both teams. As Furno looks to send this one over to Madison. And right to her. And sending it forward from Ogburn. Looking to get to her forwards. As Hutton and Eddie look to use their teamwork as an advantage and hopefully put in another goal here. Adcock in the right place at the wrong time. Great shot, power and aim. Defender getting away. As Steiner will go down on that one. And Nielsen going down there, as well as Adcock. And that one's going to go out on Bueller. As we near the 5-minute mark, both crowds are absolutely electric here this evening, as both teams look to make a late rally here. Looks like they will call that one out on Bueller. And Hutton in control of the ball. Passing it up to Coker. Mulvane Wildcats. The throw-in will come from Utsi. And Utsi and Wildcat both going down goal. As Madison gives it to Lackey. Lackey sends it up to Eddie. Recovering, coming back in from a ACL tear, blowing out her knee. And Madison as well, calling this one though. Penalty on Mulvane. With just about 3 minutes left to go. This kick, could be huge for the Lady Crusaders. This could possibly be the make or break play in the final moments of this game. As Frederick races to keep it in bounds. Frederick to Coker. Lady Crusaders, can keep applying pressure and keep with this great communication. Almost a goal there. Shot from Frederick, hadn't enough power on it to get it in the goal. As Lackey comes away with it, sends it up to Hutton. Hutton back to Lackey. Great work from Wildcat defenders to send this one out of bounds. And now it looks like Coker will go down on that one. I believe possibly maybe a bloody nose, as she was favoring, I believe it's a bloody nose or a bloody lip. Making it up off the field though on her own accord.
55, Caden.
155. And Hanen throwing into Hutton.
I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit.
And Hutton not quite able to keep control of that one, as it will go out of bounds. Out of bounds on the Wildcats, though, as we near the last minute and a half of gameplay here. Possibly going to overtime. As the Lady Crusaders rail the momentum. As that one, now we are officially under a minute left to go here. Much more back and forth game as it was last time. The entire second half has pretty much been a stalemate. Looks like a bloody nose.
Attack.
Now as play is resumed here. Eddie looking to come through with it off the face of Eddie. Eddie to Hutton. Can Hutton get in? Hutton going down on the play. And ladies and gentlemen, we will be going to overtime here tonight with 5 seconds left. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, the way overtime works here is there will be 5 minutes on the clock in a sudden death overtime match.
To the end of regulation, where it is Mueller 1 and Mulvane 1. As a reminder, Asia's postseason overtime procedures.
Of course, as you can hear there,
10 minutes of victory.
several people yelling, "It's not over." That is absolutely correct. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back on Crusader Sports Network. Here in overtime again in Mulvane. I don't know what it is about this place, but every time it seems like we're here, we go into extra something. We're going overtime now for soccer. And of course, the way it works, there will be a 10-minute half played here. And I apologize. And it is not sudden death according to postseason rules. That's only for regular season play. When it's postseason, there will, no matter what, be 2 10-minute halves played. There needs to be a definitive winner. That's the reasoning behind that. As Crusaders look to come out of the gate strong here tonight. As Nielsen passes over to a forwardless upfield, but another slightly off pass from Mulvane gives it back to Eddie. Eddie, of course, the only one with a goal here tonight for Lady Crusaders, as well as Eddie going down on the play. That one going out of bounds on Mulvane as Lackey comes to take the throw in. Lady Crusaders here looking for a berth to continue their state championship run.
10 minutes goes by really fast, so...
And that one going out of bounds is again on Mulvane. As again, Lackey takes the throw in. And Mulvane now looking to make some forward progress. Yutzi not letting it happen. Sending it up to a Wildcat defender. And Hanen up to Hutton. Hutton can get around these defenders. Another great save from Schiffelbein. Ogburn inadvertently sending it back. Yutzi gonna send that one out of bounds to halt the progress. And that one's going to go out of bounds. Resulting now in another goal kick from Jesse Furno. And Hanen going down there, and Hanen as well staying down. Another injury timeout here, this time in overtime. And Mallory Hanen walking off the field on her own strength and will. We love to see it. We never want to see anyone get injured here in a game, no matter how tough the competition may be, who it is that we're facing. We don't want to see an opponent or a member of your own team getting hurt.
Go get water after.
Yeah, during like a timeout.
And it looks like Paige McDowell will be coming in to replace Hanen. As it looks like on the far side, UT will be taking the throw-in for the Bueller Lady Crusaders soccer team. And as play resumes here, throw-in will go right to Hutton. Hutton sending this one up. Nielsen not going to get to it in time as Mulvane will just scoop this one up. And now Mulvane. Way to go, Micaiah Steiner getting in the way of that one. Wildcat going down though.
Wait, so if the time goes out, will both of the teams get a chance to shoot?
There's two.
And now McDowell going down.
Is she out?
And
Yes, she
McDowell making up off the field. Love to see it. Two injuries right in a row
Parker.
from defenders. Now is Kaylee Parker. Looks to come in for McDowell on this one. Now as we await the throw in from the Mulvane Wildcats. And now the throw in. And that one's going to go just left. And that one's going to go out of bounds on Mulvane. And a quick throw in there, not wasting any time. Nielsen up to Eddie. And that one going to be going out of bounds on Mulvane, as Hutton will be taking the corner kick for the Lady Crusaders.
This is our chance.
Of course, Hutton, known for scoring on set plays such as these. Majority of her goals in the first half of the season coming from plays like corner kicks. Can we get one in here tonight and get out of this stalemate? And Madison almost bumping it in. Great work from Wildcat defenders, though. Keeping it out as Steiner looks to send this one forward. Steiner with it. Up to Nielsen. Bit of an awkward pass from Nielsen. Getting it to Hutton, though. Another great shot from Hutton being blocked by Schiffelbein. And Parker getting it through up to Nielsen.
Fine.
Nielsen up to Eddie. Eddie unfortunately just being outran there as the ball will go out of bounds, resulting now in another corner kick, I believe. Excuse me, it's going to be another goal kick off of Mulvane. Eddie would be the last one to touch it.
That's how I feel.
Substitution.
That is
Number
how
34,
I
Ashlyn Allen.
Oh my gosh.
Of course, winner of this game advancing to Friday's game at Stryker Sports Complex on Greenwich Road in Wichita, Kansas. State semifinal match. And Madison going down. No call. And Lady Crusaders, throughout the rest of this halftime, are just going to look to continue dominating the ball.
23, Mallory Bennett.
And Mallory Haynen back in the game, making an almost triumphant return. Now as we await the goal kick from Mulvane. And Nielsen with possession there for just a bit as Mulvane breaks through. Now Ogburn, Haynen, Parker, and Utsi. Last line of defense for the Lady Crusaders now before it gets to Furno. Shot being taken, going left. Another goal kick gonna come in here from Jesse Furno. Excuse me, it looks like they're going to be taking a corner kick from Mulvane. Lady Crusader must have touched a ball that we didn't see. Now is the corner kick being taken. And Furno keeping her hands on that one. What a save! And booting it down the field. Now as we are down to a minute left in this first of the two 10-minute halves. As Haynen comes away with it. Hayden sending this one up to Eddie. Eddie not able to get to it, going to go out of bounds off of a Mulvane Wildcat. As we are now officially under a minute left in this first of two 10-minute halves in the overtime here. Of course, whoever comes out of here with more points on the board will be the winner and will be advancing to Friday's game. Unfortunately, unable to stream that one as we've mentioned before. Due to the fact that we're unable to stream it, we highly encourage you to go out to Stryker Complex and cheer on the Lady Crusaders in person. cheer them on, of course, should they make it to that match. With now under 10 seconds left, as we now look to enter the second half of overtime. And ladies and gentlemen, we are here live still on Crusader Sports Network as we go into the second of two 10-minute halves to decide the winner of this state quarterfinals matchup. Of course, if we remain tied at the end of this, then it will go to penalty kicks, which are essentially just free kicks on the goal. Of course, last time Buehler traveled out to Mulvane here tonight, resulting in overtime then as well. Of course, stakes a little higher, rules a little different. Mulvane would come away victorious with that one after the sudden death overtime rule was enforced, and they scored the last one as we start the final 10 minutes here. As that one will go out of bounds on Mulvane, as Lady Crusaders and the Wildcats have switched sides again here tonight. And that one as well going out of bounds. Now Hanen taking the throw in. Of course, as we saw in the last 10 minutes, she would go down with an injury and come out of the game. Unsure if she would make it back, but she would. Now as this one comes to Hutton, Hutton a little too much on that one, sending it out of bounds. As we await another goal kick from goalkeeper of Mulvane, Riley Schiffelbein. And taking this one, getting it to about the 20-yard line. And Utsi getting in the way with that one, allowing Ogburn to send it back down. And Nielsen getting to it almost just in time, but not before a Wildcat defender would send it out of bounds. And sending it out just at the end of the field, allowing another corner kick here from Hutton. I'm sure like I'm sure that Hutton, as well as the rest of the forwards and really the rest of the team, are feeling like they got the weight of it. Still need to try to stay as relaxed as possible. Strive for perfection. You will only reach exceptional. Lady Crusaders going to try to, of course, get themselves on the board here tonight. And Lady Crusaders almost won there. Going out of bounds though. And Schiffelbein sending this one deep. Utsi coming away with it. As Hutton looks to keep in control of the ball. Looks like possibly maybe a handball was missed there. Can't quite tell though. Taking a shot. Not able to get that one in as it will go towards the right of the goal, hitting the side of the net. Ooh. And Ogburn looking to beat a Wildcat forward, and she will. Looking to keep this one moving. Sending it back down the field. Nielsen not quite able to get to the way of it just in time. Ogburn taking a spill there. As Payne and back down. Steiner missing the kick. Utsi coming away with this one. As we are now nearing the 5-minute mark here in the second overtime. An absolute stalemate. Not a stalemate though out of lack of skill, a stalemate out of both teams having insane skill. And that one's going to go wide right of the goal, going out of bounds now, resulting in another Lady Crusader goal kick here tonight. Looks like Hanen will take this one for the Lady Crusaders. Hanen taking this one, sending it down to Eddie. Eddie up to Hutton. Great work from Hutton to get in the goal, but more great work from Schiffelbein to keep it out. Now, just over halfway through the second overtime. Still tied at 1-1. If neither team scores here, we will be looking at penalty kicks and a stop clock here. And the throw in coming from Utsi. And Eddie. Looks like they'll call this one on Bueller. And now the penalty kick going to come from the Wildcats. One of few. The majority of the penalties here tonight and the rest of the calls have been on Mulvane. Bueller staying fairly clean here this evening. Coker as well as Wildcat going down. Wildcat staying down. She will make it up. I believe that's going to be an offsides. As we now approach the 3-minute mark. As goalie, Riley Schiffelbein will take this one. Lackey going airborne for that one. And Yutzi setting it up. Now Ashlyn Adcock and Camry Coker. Hallie Eddy almost getting to that one. Another great save from Wildcat goalie. And Madison coming away with it. Hutton keeping this one in. Another save from the Wildcats. As sending it forward. Was looking for Lackey. Not quite able to get to her as it will go out of bounds again on the Wildcats. As we are now under a minute and a half left to go. As UT takes the throw in. Hutton not able to keep this one in as we are now under a minute left to go here in this double overtime game. Again, going out off of Hutton. An absolute battle this game has been. Back and forth. And out of bounds again here this evening. As we are now under 30 seconds left in this double overtime. No call on that one, as Coker will go down. And Madison as well going down. Frederick coming away with it. Can they get it in the last 10 seconds? A penalty there. As time runs out, the kick will be taken from Hutton. And nearly a buzzer beater goal as time runs out in this double overtime. We will be back with the final sets of plays going to be taken here from the Wildcats and the Lady Crusaders. And ladies and gentlemen, back here on Crusader Sports Network, we will now have 2 5-minute halves. Sudden death. First to score wins it all.
Wait, actually? Okay.
And of course, if we remain scoreless here, I apologize for a bit of misinformation, then it will go to penalty kicks.
I really want us to see.
As we are now in another set of overtime halves. 2 5-minute halves will be played here. Lady Crusaders switching sides once again. Now as Hutton takes the throw in, Madison sends it back to Lackey. And not quite going to get to Eddie. I believe that's who they were looking for on that pass. And will we see, shades of what we saw again last time we were here? A nearly immediate goal from the Mulvane Wildcats. As this one goes out of bounds, this one on Bueller though. So Mulvane looks to take a throw in deep in Crusader territory. Sending the ball back, blocked by both Frederick and Utsi. As that will go out again on Bueller, another throw in. Lady Crusaders all crowding around the goal. Defenders, mids. Looks like they will be taking a corner kick off this one. I apologize for that.
Go ahead, Jesse.
Inferno getting bumped out of midair. A yellow card being drawn, as well as the penalty.
Guys, that's terrible.
My apologies for the clock there. I didn't realize it was still set on 0. We are now at 3 minutes and 13 seconds left in this first of 2 sudden death 5-minute halves. As it looks like Haanen will be taking the goal kick, here for the Lady Crusaders. Of course, coming off the yellow card, Furno getting knocked to the ground. Now as the clock resumes, the kick being taken up to Camry Coker. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is simply going to boil down to who wants it more. Which defense will be able to hold strong, which offense and forwards will be able to force one in as that one goes out on Bueller. An intense and grueling game here tonight for the Lady Crusaders and Mulvane Wildcats.
Second for the Wildcats, Carly Canega.
As a total of 2 hours so far has been played on this field with the 2 40-minute halves and 2 10-minute overtime halves. Everyone on this field is just tired. I can feel it from up here. As too much on that one sends it out of bounds. Resulting now in a goal kick for the Lady Crusaders. Looks like again Haanen will be taking this one for the Lady Crusaders. As Haanen sends this one back up and out of bounds. Another Mulvane Wildcat throw in. As we are now down to about 1.5 minutes left in this first of 2 5-minute sudden death halves. And Hutton Not able to keep on that one. Wildcats back in control. And that one's going to go out of bounds, resulting in another Lady Crusader goal kick. Excuse me, that's going to result in a corner kick as Furno will go down again on that one. Too much on the kick, sending it out of bounds. Furno and a Wildcat both walking a little gingerly on that one. As we are down to 30 seconds in the first of 5 minutes. The intensity picking back up here. Great work from Mulvane going down low to keep that one moving. And we will be going into the second set of 5 minutes. And the crowd is static. You can hear it through the glass in the press box. Fans stamping their feet. As we now go into the second of 5-minute halves, sudden death. Whoever scores wins. Lady Crusaders and Wildcats switching sides on the field yet again. As play resumes. Coker racing to get to that one, not quite able to do it in time. And Steiner sending it up to Eddie. Eddie keeping this one in. Going out off of Mulvane as Lackey will take the throw in here. And this one going to go out of bounds on the Lady Crusaders as Eddie isn't quite able to get to it on time. The referee's calling for the goal kick to be taken. Missing that one. Eddie was looking to capitalize as it would go out of bounds off of Mulvane. As Lackey will take another throw in here for the Lady Crusaders this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, it is crazy what a 2-hour difference can do. As if the game had started on time as it was expected to at 6, we would not even be through the first half yet. And here we are, starting at 4 o'clock in double overtime. And Lackey not able to keep that one, going out of bounds. Throw in coming here from Mulvane. And missing that one. Still keeping the forward momentum alive. As Yutzi gonna run that one out of bounds. Resulting now in a goal kick from the Lady Crusaders. As we are now about halfway through the second set of 5 minutes. There's a song I know by the Beastie Boys named Fight for Your Right, I believe. And it says you gotta fight for your right to party. That is what's happening here tonight. These Lady Crusaders and Mulvane Wildcats are having the battle of their lives here tonight, fighting for their right to celebrate and party and move on to the state semifinals matchup. Yeah, she is.
She is.
And a near goal there as the Wildcats look to drive back up the field. Ogburn sending it back down to Madison. Over to Frederick. Not quite able to capitalize on that one. As we are down to under a minute and a half left. The penalty being called on Mulvane. And a throw in from Lackey. Further placement up the field though. Colton, Tyler, and I, and as Mulvane looks to drive back up the field in the last 30 seconds to win this one. And going down on the play, no call. Ogburn as well. Sending it back up. Just under 20 seconds. And with 10. And that one's going to go out of bounds to end the second set of overtime. Now going to penalty kicks.
If I was out
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here on Crusader Sports Network. We've gone through 2 sets of overtimes and are here in the penalty kicks, where we will go through the set of 5. If no one makes it there, we'll move on from that and do it again. And again, and again, and I don't know at what point they would stop it. First kick coming here. Furno saving that one. The first out of the way.
Actually, though, if that wouldn't have gone to picture, I think she's gonna probably lose.
And now Hutton stepping up. Coming in. Of course, Schiffelbein and Furno both having absolutely stellar games here tonight. Only allowing 1 each through over an hour of gameplay. As Hutton not much power on the kick from Hutton there. I think Hutton is just exhausted here tonight. Now was the second from Mulvane. Inferno allowing one. Over yet. Still have kicks left. Now as Emily Madison gears up to take one on Schiffelbein. Lady Crusaders, of course, needing to get one in now. And 2 high on the kick from Madison. As the third comes up here from Mulvane. Furno now allowing 2 so far here in the game. As the third kick comes up from Mulvane. Furno blocking that one. Keeping the deficit at a 1-kick score. As Mallory Haynen now steps to take this one. The air goes absolutely silent. You could hear a pin drop. The referee is coming to discuss this one. Exactly what the reasoning is on this one. Inferno keeping it out for a second time. Now Carly Ogburn. And the final kick coming from Mulvane now. Should the Wildcats make this one, the game will be over for the Lady Crusaders as well as their season. And that one staying out, I believe. Colin. The Lady Crusaders should have no shame in losing tonight. An absolutely hard-working game. An absolute battle. Lady Crusaders should have no shame in losing this one. of course, heartbreaking for all the seniors and their hard work and everyone else who helped throughout the season. However, a great game from both. Great work from the Mulvane Wildcats as they will advance to the state semifinal match on Friday evening. And the Lady Crusaders, unfortunately, season being ended off of that one.
Guys, we did so good.
And we thank you for joining us on Crusader Sports Network, our final stream of the year as well. Of course, signing off for the last time this year, my name is Caden Warner, along with Colton Hines and Tyler Adams. We thank you for joining us in this unfortunate Lady Crusader defeat. Thank you for joining, and we will see you next year. Good night.